Imagine a city that was the capital of an empire for over a millennium, a place where emperors ruled, shoguns plotted, and samurai walked the very streets we see today, where ancient temples rise from dense forests and gardens whisper stories of a time long past. That city is Kyoto. For many, Kyoto is a highlight on a trip to Japan, a beautiful collection of shrines, geishas, and serene bamboo groves. But it's so much more than that. This isn't just a tourist destination. It's a living, breathing museum of Japanese civilization itself. It is the soul of a nation, a city that has witnessed cataclysmic wars, artistic revolutions, and profound spiritual awakenings. To understand Kyoto is to understand the very heart of Japan. For over 1,000 years, this was the stage where the grand drama of Japanese history unfolded. It's a city of contrasts, where the quiet contemplation of a Zen garden exists, just a stone's throw from the bustling energy of a modern metropolis. Its story is not just one of emperors and warriors, but also of artisans, poets, monks, and merchants who together wove the intricate tapestry of a culture that continues to captivate the world. So, join us as we journey back in time to uncover the secrets, the triumphs, and the enduring spirit of Japan's imperial capital. This is the story of Kyoto. Our story begins in the 8th century, a time of great change and ambition in Japan. The imperial court was based in Nara, a city that had served its purpose but was becoming politically fraught, its Buddhist monasteries growing too powerful and influential over the state. The Emperor Kanmu, a decisive and visionary ruler, knew a change was needed. He needed a fresh start, a new center for his empire, free from the old entanglements. The capital of Japan moved on. With that move, a new era began. What made this particular basin, surrounded by mountains on 3 sides, the perfect place to build the heart of an empire? The choice was anything but random. It was a masterpiece of strategic, spiritual, and symbolic planning. Geographically, the location was ideal. The surrounding mountains offered natural protection, while the Katsura and Kamo rivers provided a vital source of fresh water. But the decision went deeper into the realm of feng shui, or as it was known in Japan, onmyad, the way of yin and yang. The site was chosen for its auspicious topography. The mountains to the north were seen as the protective black tortoise, the rolling hills to the east as the azure dragon, the lowlands to the west as the white tiger, and the open plains and Ogura Pond to the south as the vermilion bird. This sacred geography promised prosperity, stability, and longevity for the new capital. It was a city designed to be in perfect harmony with the cosmos. With the location secured, the monumental task of building a new city from scratch began. The design was not an invention, but a grand emulation. The layout was a perfect grid, modeled directly after Chang'an, the magnificent capital of China's Tang dynasty, the superpower of the age. This wasn't just imitation, it was a statement. Japan was declaring itself a sophisticated, civilized nation on par with the great empire across the sea. The city was named the capital of peace and tranquility. It was a bold and optimistic name for a project of such immense scale. It stretched roughly 4.5 kilometers from east to west and 5 kilometers from north to south, a vast rectangle of order carved out of the wilderness. At its center, running north to south, was the Great Susaku Avenue, a grand boulevard almost 85 meters wide, creating a central axis that divided the city into 2 halves. The capital of the left to the east, and the capital of the right to the west. This symmetrical design was a physical manifestation of imperial order and control. At the northernmost end of Susaku Avenue stood the ultimate symbol of imperial power, the Heian Palace. This was not a single building, but a vast, walled rectangular compound, a city within a city. It contained the emperor's residence, grand halls for state ceremonies, and all the various ministries and administrative offices needed to run the country. Its brightly painted wooden halls with their elegant sweeping roofs would have been a breathtaking sight, a declaration of divine authority made manifest in architecture. But Hankyo was not just a city of politics. It was a city of faith. As the city rose, so did its spiritual guardians, Toji Temple, the East Temple, and Sagi Temple. The West Temple were constructed at the southern entrance of the city, Flanking the Great Rashomon Gate, they were powerful Buddhist institutions tasked with protecting the capital and the nation. Toji, in particular, would grow to become one of the most important religious centers in Japan, a legacy that continues to this day. Life in this new capital began to crystallize into a unique and refined culture. Within the palace walls, a sophisticated courtly society blossomed. This was the Heian period, an era that would become Japan's classical golden age. It was a time when aesthetics, poetry, and romance were valued above all else. Aristocrats, dressed in elaborate silk robes, communicated through beautifully crafted poems, competed in incense-judging contests, and cultivated an unparalleled sense of refinement and elegance. This was the world depicted in the tale of Genji, written by the court Lady Murasaki Shikibu around the year 1000. Often called the world's first novel, it provides an intimate glimpse into the lives, loves, and subtle intrigues of the Heian court. The culture born here, with its deep appreciation for the transient beauty of nature, the cherry blossoms in spring, the crimson leaves in autumn, laid the very foundation for the Japanese aesthetic that persists today. However, the grand vision of Heian-kyo was not without its flaws. The western half of the city, the capital of the right, was built on marshy, damp ground. It struggled to attract residents and eventually fell into disuse. Returning to agricultural fields, the dream of perfect symmetry was abandoned in the face of practical reality. The city's life and growth shifted eastward, towards the Kamo River and the Higashiyama Mountains. Despite this, the core of the city, the northern and eastern sections, thrived. Heian-kyo had successfully taken root. It had weathered its initial growing pains and was now firmly established as the undeniable center of Japanese politics, art, and religion. It was no longer just a new capital. It had become Kyoto, the capital city. An identity was forged, an identity that would be tested by fire, war, and time, but would ultimately endure for over 1,000 years. The stage was set for the next chapter in its extraordinary history. Ever dreamed of stepping into a world where time seems to slow down, where every corner holds a whisper of history? We're journeying to the spiritual heart of Japan, a place where ancient traditions are not just remembered, they're lived. Walk with me through serene Zen gardens, majestic wooden temples, and sacred shrines. Each stone, each grain of wood, tells a story 1,000 years old. Our adventure begins in Kyoto, the former imperial capital and a city that is itself a living museum. For over a millennium, Kyoto has been the center of Japanese culture, and nowhere is this more evident than in its incredible collection of religious buildings. Designated as a UNESCO World Heritage Site, the historic monuments of ancient Kyoto are a testament to a legacy of unparalleled artistry and deep spirituality. Imagine standing before Kinkakuji, the famous golden pavilion. Its top 2 floors are completely covered in gold leaf, shimmering and reflecting perfectly in the mirror pond that surrounds it. It's a breathtaking sight, especially when the sun hits it just right. Originally a retirement villa for a shogun, it was later converted into a Zen Buddhist temple. Its beauty isn't just for show, it's a representation of paradise on earth, a physical manifestation of Pure Land Buddhism. The harmony between the golden structure, the meticulously kept garden, and the tranquil water is a perfect example of Japanese aesthetics. From the shimmering gold of Kinkakuji, we journey to the subtle elegance of Ginkakuji. The silver pavilion, now, you might be surprised to learn, it isn't actually covered in silver. The name is thought to have come from its contrast to the golden pavilion, but what it lacks in metallic sheen, it makes up for in refined, understated beauty. A concept known as wabi-sabi. Here, you'll find one of the most famous sand gardens in Japan. Perfectly raked cone meant to symbolize Mount Fuji, and waves of sand representing the sea. This isn't just a garden. It's a canvas for meditation, designed to calm the mind and inspire contemplation. Walking through its mossy grounds, you feel a profound sense of peace wash over you. This deep connection to nature is a cornerstone of Japanese spirituality, blending 2 major belief systems, Shinto and Buddhism. Shinto is Japan's indigenous religion, a faith that believes gods, or kami, reside in natural elements-seen mountains, rivers, trees, and even rocks. You'll see this reverence at every shrine, often marked by a distinctive torii gate, which signifies the transition from the mundane world to the sacred. One of the most iconic Shinto sites is Fushimi Inari Shrine, famous for its thousands of vibrant red torii gates. These gates form a winding tunnel that snakes up a sacred mountain. Each gate is a donation from an individual or a business, a prayer for prosperity. Walking through this seemingly endless corridor of red is a surreal, almost hypnotic experience. It feels like you're passing through a portal to another world. A world where the spiritual and the physical are completely intertwined. The journey up the mountain is a pilgrimage in itself, with smaller shrines and stone fox statues, the messengers of the god Inari, guiding your way. Now, let's talk about the incredible craftsmanship behind these structures. Many of Japan's most famous temples, like Kimamizudera in Kyoto, are masterpieces of wooden architecture. Perched on a hillside, Kimamizudera's main hall has a massive wooden stage that juts out over the cliff. The most amazing part, it was built without using a single nail. The entire structure is a complex puzzle of interlocking wooden joints, a technique that has been passed down through generations of master carpenters. This method allows the buildings to be strong yet flexible, able to withstand earthquakes and the test of time. It's a powerful symbol of harmony, with nature using its materials and respecting its forces. The spiritual journey in Japan isn't just about visiting grand temples. It's also found in the quiet contemplation of a Zen garden. These aren't gardens in the Western sense, with colorful flowers and lush lawns. Instead, they are minimalist landscapes, often composed of just rock, sand, gravel, and moss. The most famous is at Ryoenji Temple. It's a simple rectangle of white gravel with 15 carefully placed rocks. From any vantage point, you can only see 14 of them at once. It's said that only through attaining enlightenment can one see all 15. These gardens are not meant to be walked in, but viewed from a veranda, allowing the mind to find its own meaning in the empty space. The mar, which is just as important as the objects themselves. They are tools for meditation, designed to clear the clutter from our minds and help us see the world and ourselves more clearly. This aesthetic philosophy extends beyond temples and gardens. It's woven into the fabric of daily life, in the tea ceremony, in calligraphy, in flower arranging, known as each is a spiritual practice, a doer way, that emphasizes mindfulness, respect, and the beauty and simplicity. It's about finding the sacred in the ordinary. Our exploration wouldn't be complete without visiting Nara, Japan's very first permanent capital. Here stands Todaiji Temple, one of the most significant temples in the country. Inside its main hall, which was once the largest wooden building in the world, sits an enormous bronze statue of the Buddha, known as the Buddha, standing over 15 meters tall. Its sheer scale is up. It was commissioned by an emperor in the 8th century to protect the country from disaster, and its presence is still incredibly powerful today. And let's not forget the famous Nara deer. Considered sacred messengers of the gods, they roam freely through the park and will even bow to you for a special cracker. It's a charming and unforgettable interaction with the living embodiment of Shinto beliefs, from the golden glow of Kinkakuji to the meditative calm of a Zen rock garden. From the endless red gates of Fushimi Inari, Japan's sacred sites are more than just tourist attractions. They are living, breathing spaces that connect the past to the present. They are windows into a culture that finds profound beauty in nature, deep meaning in simplicity, and divinity in the world all around us. Visiting these places is a journey not just through Japan, but into a different way of seeing and being. It's a chance to quiet the noise, to reflect, and to feel a connection to something ancient and timeless. It reminds us that even in our fast-paced modern world, there is immense value in stillness, in contemplation, and in appreciating the stories etched in stone and wood. Cherry blossoms, ancient temples, tea houses. And neon-lit Kyoto is the past and present entwined. A city where every corner tells a story, where history isn't just something you read about in books. It's something you live and breathe. We're exploring Kyoto, a city that dances gracefully between centuries-old traditions and the vibrant pulse of modern life. Imagine strolling through Gion, Kyoto's famed geisha district. The soft click-clack of wooden geta sandals on stone-paved streets echoes through the twilight. Lanterns cast a warm, golden glow on traditional wooden machiya houses, some of which have stood for hundreds of years. You might catch a fleeting glimpse of a gaiko or mako, their elegant kimonos a splash of vibrant color against the historic backdrop. This isn't a movie set. It's the daily reality of a neighborhood fiercely protective of its heritage. Yet, just a few streets away, you'll find bustling shopping arcades, trendy cafes, and the familiar rhythm of a modern city. This beautiful contrast is the essence of Kyoto. Let's talk about the spiritual heart of the city. Its temples and shrines. There are over 2,000 of them scattered across Kyoto. You have the iconic Kinkakuji, the Golden Pavilion, shimmering on its tranquil pond, a breathtaking symbol of Zen Buddhism. These aren't just tourist attractions. They are active places of worship. On any given day, you'll see locals stopping by to offer a prayer, purchase a charm for good luck, or simply find a moment of peace amidst their busy schedules. The ringing of temple bells isn't a sound from a bygone era. It's the city's daily soundtrack. The changing seasons bring Kyoto to life with a calendar full of vibrant festivals. In spring, the entire city erupts in a delicate cloud of pink and white as cherry blossoms, or sakura, come into bloom. Parks like Maruyama and the Philosopher's Path become hubs of hanami, where friends, families, and colleagues gather under the blossoms for picnics and celebration. It's a tradition that dates back centuries, a collective appreciation for the fleeting beauty of nature. Then, in July, the city ignites with the Gion Matsuri, one of Japan's most famous festivals. For an entire month, the streets of downtown Kyoto become a stage for massive, elaborately decorated wooden floats, some weighing up to 12 tons, pulled by dozens of people in traditional attire. These floats parade through the city, accompanied by music and festive cheer. The energy is electric. This festival has been held almost uninterrupted for over 1,000 years, a testament to the community's dedication to keeping its cultural legacy alive. It's a powerful reminder that history here is not static, it's a living, breathing celebration. But how do these ancient traditions fit into the everyday lives of Kyoto's residents? It's woven into the very fabric of their daily routines. Kyoto is the home of Yugi tea, one of the finest green teas in Japan. The traditional tea ceremony, or chanoyu, is a highly ritualized art form that emphasizes mindfulness, respect, and tranquility. While not everyone performs a full ceremony daily, the principles behind it taking time to appreciate the moment, valuing quality, and finding beauty in simplicity influence modern life. You'll find countless tea houses, both old and new. This deep appreciation for craft extends to everything from Nishikan textiles, used for stunning kimonos and obi sashes, to Kimomizuyaki pottery, each piece a unique work of art. This logical structure makes the city surprisingly easy to navigate. But within this orderly grid, you'll discover a maze of narrow alleyways and hidden gardens. It's this element of discovery that makes exploring Kyoto so rewarding. The concept of heritage tourism is central to Kyoto's identity. The city understands that its greatest asset is its history, and it has mastered the art of sharing it with the world. But it's a delicate balance. The city works hard to preserve its UNESCO World Heritage sites while accommodating millions of visitors each year. So why does Kyoto continue to captivate the hearts of travelers, history buffs, and spiritual seekers from all over the globe? Because Kyoto offers something increasingly rare in our fast-paced world: a tangible connection to the past. It is a place where you can witness a Shinto priest performing a morning ritual at a shrine that has stood for a millennium, and then hop on a high-speed bullet train just a few minutes later. It's where you can learn the delicate art of flower arranging, ikebana, from a master, and then enjoy a world-class meal at a Michelin-starred restaurant. Kyoto isn't a city frozen in time. It's a city that has mastered the art of living with time. It respects its past, embraces its present, and looks to the future with a quiet confidence. It teaches us that tradition and modernity don't have to be in conflict. They can coexist in beautiful harmony. Whether you're seeking spiritual enlightenment at a Zen rock garden, marveling at the skill of a traditional craftsman, or simply enjoying the seasonal beauty, Kyoto offers a journey that is as profound as it is unforgettable. It's a city that stays with you long after you've left, a timeless reminder of the enduring power of culture and history. Cherry blossoms, ancient temples, tea houses, and neon lights. Kyoto is past and present entwined. Welcome to a journey into the heart of Japan, where every street corner tells a story, and 1,000 years of history whisper on the wind. This isn't just a city. It's a living museum, a place where the past isn't just remembered, it's lived every single day. So, what is it about Kyoto that captivates millions of travelers from around the globe? Let's find out. Today, we're diving deep into Kyoto, exploring how this former imperial capital balances its incredible legacy with the vibrant pulse of modern life. We'll walk through streets that have seen emperors and shoguns, and then turn a corner to find a bustling, contemporary city. Kyoto today is a fascinating tapestry. Look around, and you'll see the iconic 5-story pagoda of Tuji Temple against a backdrop of modern buildings. You'll see locals in stylish, contemporary fashion walking alongside visitors dressed in beautiful, rented kimonos, their wooden geta sandals echoing on the pavement. This seamless blend is what makes Kyoto so unique. It's not a city frozen in time, but a city that has gracefully carried its history into the 21st century. One of the most magical ways to experience this is by visiting a cultural festival. The Jian Matsuri in July, for example, is one of Japan's most famous festivals, with roots stretching back over a millennium. For a whole month, the city comes alive. The highlight is the grand procession of massive, elaborately decorated floats called Yamabuko. These aren't just parade floats. They are moving museums, adorned with priceless tapestries and intricate carvings. Imagine the streets of downtown Kyoto, usually filled with cars and buses, closed to traffic, and packed with people, food stalls, and the sounds of traditional festival music. It's an incredible spectacle where ancient rituals are celebrated by a modern community. Then there's the Aoi Matsuri in May, a refined and elegant procession that reenacts the imperial court's journey to the Kamo shrines. Participants dress in exquisite Heian period costumes, creating a scene straight out of the tale of Genji. These festivals aren't just for tourists. They are vital parts of the local identity, passed down through generations. Families spend months preparing, and children grow up participating, ensuring these traditions don't just survive, but thrive. But Kyoto's living history isn't just confined to festivals. It's woven into the very fabric of daily life. Let's wander into Gion, Kyoto's most famous geisha district. As dusk falls, the paper lanterns flicker to life, casting a warm glow on the dark wooden makiya, or traditional townhouses. If you're lucky, you might catch a glimpse of a geiko or their faces painted white, their silk kimonos rustling as they hurry to an evening appointment. These aren't performers in a theme park. They are highly skilled artists who have dedicated their lives to mastering traditional Japanese arts like dance, music, and conversation. The world they inhabit is one of deep tradition, yet it exists right alongside modern bars, shops, and restaurants. Inside these unassuming wooden houses, centuries-old customs are meticulously preserved. Let's talk about the neighborhoods themselves. Areas like Higashiyama feel like you've stepped into another era. Tenaro, stone-paved lanes of Sananzaka and Ninanzaka are lined with traditional shops, selling everything from kimamizuyaki, pottery, and yatsuhashi sweets to exquisite fans and incense. You can spend a whole day here, just exploring, tasting, and absorbing the atmosphere. And yet, just a short walk away, you'll find yourself on a busy thoroughfare with department stores and trendy cafes. This preservation of heritage isn't accidental. The city and its residents take great pride in maintaining their cultural assets. Many of the old makiya townhouses are being carefully restored and repurposed. Some become boutique hotels. Others become artisanal coffee shops or craft breweries, blending old-world architecture with contemporary tastes. This is a brilliant example of heritage tourism where travelers can experience history not as a static exhibit, but as a dynamic, evolving part of the city. Now, how do these ancient traditions continue so strongly today? Let's look at the temples. With over 1,600 Buddhist temples and 400 Shinto shrines, spirituality is a cornerstone of Kyoto life. Think of Kinkakuji, the Golden Pavilion. Its top 2 floors completely covered in gold leaf, shimmering in its reflection on the pond, or Rionji, with its enigmatic rock garden that invites quiet contemplation. These aren't just tourist attractions. They are active places of worship and spiritual practice. Monks still live and train here, their morning chants echoing through the temple grounds. Locals come to pray for good fortune, to mark the changing seasons, or simply to find a moment of peace in their busy lives. The rituals practiced here have remained unchanged for centuries. You can see it in the meticulous care of the gardens, the burning of incense, and the quiet reverence of the visitors, even for those who aren't religious. These spaces offer a profound sense of tranquility and a connection to something timeless. This connection extends to the everyday. Many people in Kyoto still practice traditional arts as hobbies. You can easily find workshops for tea ceremony, ikebana, flower arranging, or calligraphy. The tea ceremony, or sadwe, is a perfect example. It's not just about drinking matcha. It's a highly ritualized art form that embodies principles of harmony, respect, purity, and tranquility. Attending a tea ceremony in a traditional tea house, perhaps overlooking a beautiful garden, is to experience the very essence of Japanese aesthetics. So, why does Kyoto remain a top destination for so many people? A sense of continuity and depth, as a place where you can witness a 1,000-year-old ceremony in the morning and ride a bullet train in the afternoon. You can find profound spiritual peace in an ancient rock garden and then enjoy a world-class meal at a Michelin-starred restaurant. Kyoto appeals to the history buff, eager to walk in the footsteps of samurai and emperors. It speaks to the culture enthusiasts who can immerse themselves in arts that have been perfected over centuries, and it calls to the spiritual seeker looking for a place of peace and introspection. The city isn't a relic. It's a role model for how to honor the past while embracing the future. It teaches us that tradition isn't about being stuck in time, but about carrying forward the things that give life meaning and beauty. Whether it's the taste of perfectly prepared matcha, the sight of a geiko gliding through Jian, or the silent wisdom of a Zen garden, Kyoto offers a connection to a deeper, more enduring part of the human experience. It's a city that doesn't just show you history, it lets you feel it. That's the magic of Kyoto, a city where every moment is a conversation between then and now, a place of timeless beauty that continues to inspire and enchant everyone who walks its ancient streets. Beneath the serene surface of cherry blossoms and tranquil temples lies a story of immense power, brutal conflict, and enduring peace. This is the tale of feudal Japan, an era where the samurai ruled. Magnificent castles pierced the skyline, and the course of history was forever altered. For centuries, the elegant city of Kyoto was the heart of imperial Japan, the home of the emperor and the cultural soul of the nation. But as the emperor's political influence began to wane, a new force emerged from the provinces, a military class that would come to dominate the land for nearly 700 years. This was the rise of the samurai. The journey into Japan's feudal age, known as the medieval period, begins around the late 12th century. The central imperial court in Kyoto, once the undisputed center of authority, found its power slipping away. In its place, powerful regional clans, led by skilled and ambitious warriors, began to vie for control. This decentralization of power gave birth to a new social and political structure. Feudalism, land, loyalty, and military service became the currency of power. At the very top of this new order was the shogun, a title meaning great general conquering the barbarians. In 1192, Minamoto no Yoritomo was granted this title by the emperor, establishing the first shogunate in Kamakura, far to the east of Kyoto. This was a monumental shift. While the emperor remained a revered, symbolic figurehead in Kyoto, the true political and military power now rested with the shogun and his government. This dual system of governance, an imperial court in Kyoto and a military government elsewhere, would define Japan for centuries. Yoritomo's Kamakura shogunate established a system where loyalty was rewarded with land grants, creating a network of vassalords, or daimyo, who in turn commanded their own armies of samurai. The samurai were the heart and soul of this new era. More than just soldiers, they were a distinct social class with a unique code of conduct, Bushi, the way of the warrior. This code emphasized virtues like loyalty, courage, honor, and self-discipline. A samurai's life was dedicated to his lord, and his honor was paramount, often valued more than life itself. Their iconic armor, or yoroi, and their two swords, The long katana and the shorter wakizashi were symbols of their status and martial prowess. They were masters of archery, horsemanship, and swordsmanship, a formidable force that shaped the destiny of the nation on the battlefield. As these powerful daimyo clans consolidated their power, they needed to protect their domains. This need gave rise to one of the most iconic symbols of Japan, the castle. Early Japanese fortifications were simple wooden stockades and earthen ramparts, built in strategic mountain locations. But as warfare evolved, so did castle architecture. The 16th century, a period of intense civil war known as the Sengoku period, or the Age of Warring States, became the golden age of Japanese castle construction. These were not just military strongholds. They were symbols of the daimyo's power, wealth, and authority. Perched atop massive stone foundations, these castles featured complex layouts with winding paths, multiple gates, and towering main keeps, walls were dotted with arrow slits, and isiotoshi, or stone-dropping holes, were built to rain down projectiles on attackers. The design was a defensive masterpiece, a deadly labyrinth intended to confuse and trap invading armies. Let's journey to some of Japan's most famous castles. Imagi Castle, also known as the White Heron Castle, is perhaps the most beautiful and best. Its elegant white walls and gracefully curving roofs give it an almost ethereal appearance, belying its formidable defensive capabilities. Completed in its current form in the early 17th century, it has survived centuries of turmoil and even World War II bombings. Standing today as a UNESCO World Heritage Site and a testament to the pinnacle of Japanese castle design. Then there's Matsumoto Castle in Nagano Prefecture, known as the Crow Castle for its striking black exterior. It's one of the few original castles built on a plain rather than a hill or mountain. Its dark, imposing structure creates a sense of raw power and intimidation. Inside, you can see the steep, narrow wooden staircases and the various floors designed for soldiers, giving you a real sense of what it was like to defend such a fortress. Of course, we can't forget the castles of Kyoto itself. While the city was the imperial capital, it wasn't immune to the power struggles of the shoguns. Neo Castle, built by the first Tokugawa Shogun Ieyasu, is a perfect example. It was built not just as a residence, but as a blatant display of the shogun's power right in the emperor's backyard. Its most famous feature is the nightingale floors in its corridors. These floors were ingeniously designed to squeak when walked upon, acting as a security system to alert guards of any intruders. The lavish gold leaf screens and intricate carvings inside the Ninomaru Palace within the castle walls were meant to awe and intimidate visiting reminding them of the shogun's immense wealth and authority. These political shifts dramatically shaped the landscape of Japan, and Kyoto was at the center of this transformation. During the Onin War in the late 15th century, a succession dispute within the Ashikaga shogunate escalated into a decade-long civil war fought right in the streets of Kyoto. The city was almost completely destroyed. Temples, palaces, and residencies were burned to the ground. This devastating conflict marked the true beginning of the Sengoku period, plunging the country into over a century of constant warfare as daimyo fought for supremacy. Three great unifiers emerged: Oda Nobunaga, Toyotomi Hideyoshi, and Tokugawa Ieyasu. Nobunaga, a ruthless and innovative daimyo, began the process of reunification using new tactics and firearms. After his death, his brilliant general, Hideyoshi, continued his work, subduing the remaining clans and unifying Japan under his rule. Hideyoshi, a man of humble origins, had a taste for the grandiose. He rebuilt parts of Kyoto, constructed the magnificent Osaka Castle, and even launched ill-fated invasions of Korea. Following Hideyoshi's death, his most powerful vassal, Tokugawa Ieyasu, seized control after the decisive Battle of Sekigahara. In 1600, in 1603, Ieyasu was appointed shogunate, establishing the Tokugawa shogunate. He moved the seat of government to Edo, which we now know as Tokyo. This marked the end of the bloody civil wars and the beginning of the Edo period, a time of over 250 years of peace and stability under the strict rule of the Tokugawa clan. During this long peace, the role of the samurai began to change. With no wars to fight, they transitioned from being warriors to becoming administrators, bureaucrats, and scholars. While they maintained their swords and their privileged status, their martial skills were no longer a daily necessity. The castles, once vital military fortresses, became administrative centers for the various domains. This period of peace allowed Japanese culture to flourish. Arts like ukiyo-e, woodblock printing, kabuki theater, and the tea ceremony were refined and became popular among the townspeople. The legacy of the shoguns, the castles they built, and the samurai who served them is etched into the very fabric of Japan. The political decision to move the center of power from Kyoto to Kamakura, and later to Edo, fundamentally altered the country's trajectory, establishing a military-led society that lasted for centuries. The castles stand as silent witnesses to an age of conflict and ambition. Their stone walls, telling stories of epic battles and powerful lords, and the spirit of the samurai, with its emphasis on honor, discipline, and loyalty, continues to fascinate and inspire people around the world. So the next time you see an image of a serene Japanese temple or a blooming cherry blossom tree, remember the dynamic and often violent history that unfolded beneath them. A history of powerful shoguns, unconquerable castles, and legendary warriors who forged the nation of Japan. Wars, earthquakes, modernization, yet Kyoto stands. Why did this city survive when so many others vanished into history? It's a question that gets to the very heart of Japan's cultural soul. Kyoto, the imperial capital for over 1,000 years, has seen it all. It's a city that has danced on the edge of destruction time and time again, yet it's still here, a living museum of Japanese history. Let's start with the most dramatic threat: war. You might think of the widespread destruction across Japan in World War II. Major cities like Tokyo and Hiroshima were devastated. But Kyoto, it was largely spared. There's a popular story, perhaps more myth than fact, that an American Secretary of War, Henry L. Stimson, who had honeymooned in Kyoto, personally intervened to save it from the atomic bomb target list. He recognized its immense cultural value. While the exact details are debated by historians, what's undeniable is that Kyoto was deliberately preserved. A conscious decision was made that destroying this cradle of Japanese culture would be a loss for all humanity. This act of preservation wasn't just a lucky break. It was a recognition that some treasures are too precious to be casualties of war. But World War II wasn't Kyoto's first brush with destruction. This was a brutal civil war that raged for over a decade, right in the streets of Kyoto. This cycle of destruction and rebirth is woven into the very fabric of Kyoto's history. It's a testament to the incredible spirit of its people. Then there are the natural disasters. Japan is located on the Pacific Ring of Fire, making it one of the most earthquake-prone countries in the world. Kyoto has been shaken by countless tremors throughout its history. So how have its iconic wooden temples and pagodas survived? The answer lies in genius, ancient architecture. At Tuji Temple, it's been standing for centuries. The secret is a central pillar, called a Shinbashira, that's not rigidly connected to the rest of the structure. During an earthquake, the different levels of the pagoda can sway independently, almost like a snake, dissipating the seismic energy. It's an ancient form of earthquake proofing that modern engineers still marvel at. This brilliant design, passed down through generations of master carpenters, is a key reason why we can still admire these structures today. Now, let's fast forward to the modern era, which brought a different kind of threat. Modernization. After the Meiji Restoration in 1868, the emperor moved to Tokyo, and Kyoto lost its status as the capital. There was a real fear that the city would decline and be forgotten. To compete, Kyoto embraced modernization. It built Japan's first hydroelectric power plant and established a tram system. But it did so with a unique approach. Instead of tearing down the old to make way for the new, Kyoto sought a balance. This wasn't always a smooth process. The post-war economic boom saw a lot of concrete construction, and for a while, it seemed like the city's character might be lost. This is where the modern preservation movement comes in. The people of Kyoto themselves started to push back. They realized what they had was special. Laws were passed to protect historical districts like Jian and the areas around Kim. These regulations control the height of new buildings, their colors, and even their design, ensuring they don't clash with the traditional landscape. You'll notice there are no towering skyscrapers in the heart of Kyoto, unlike in Tokyo or Osaka. That's not an accident. It's a deliberate choice. The city has designated specific areas as World Heritage Sites, giving them another layer of protection. This commitment to preservation is a collective effort, involving the government, local communities, and individual citizens who are proud custodians of their heritage. So, what does this look like today? Walking through Kyoto is like traveling through time. You can be standing in front of a sleek, modern train station, one of the largest in Japan, and just a short walk away, you're wandering through the narrow, stone-paved lanes of Higashiyama, where traditional wooden makiya townhouses still stand, many of them housing shops and restaurants that have been in the same family for generations. You can see a geisha gracefully making her way to an appointment, a scene that could be from 100 years ago, against a backdrop of modern life. This coexistence is what makes Kyoto so captivating. It's not a city frozen in time. It's a dynamic, living city that has mastered the art of weaving its past into its present. Ancient temples are fitted with modern conveniences, and traditional arts are finding new audiences through social media. The city's survival isn't about resisting change. It's about managing it. It's about understanding what's essential, what must be protected at all costs, and then thoughtfully integrating the new. Kyoto's story is a powerful lesson in resilience. It shows that with foresight, ingenuity, and a deep respect for culture, a city can endure wars, natural disasters, and the pressures of the modern world. It hasn't just survived, it has thrived, becoming a beacon of cultural preservation for the entire world. It reminds us that our heritage is not a burden from the past, but a living, breathing part of our present and a guide for our future. From delicate silk weaving to ancient tea rituals, Kyoto has preserved its art and tradition like nowhere else on Earth. For over 1,000 years, this city was the heart of Japan, and that legacy beats strong in every corner, every workshop, and every garden you encounter. It's a living museum, but not one behind glass. Here, history is something you can touch, taste, and feel. Let's start with the vibrant threads of Nishiga. This isn't just weaving, it's storytelling with silk. For centuries, artisans in the Nishijan district have created some of the most luxurious and intricate textiles in the world. Imagine threads dyed with natural pigments, sometimes even coated in gold leaf, being meticulously woven on traditional looms. Each pattern, whether it's a crane symbolizing longevity or a cherry blossom marking the changing seasons, is a masterpiece of precision and patience. These fabrics are used for kimonos, obi sashes, and other ceremonial garments, carrying the weight of culture and beauty. Visiting a Nishijan workshop is like stepping back in time. You can hear the rhythmic clatter of the looms, a sound that has echoed through these streets for generations, and see the intense focus of the weavers as they bring these complex designs to life. It's a testament to a craft that has refused to be rushed by the modern world. Then there's the lustrous, deep shine of Kyoshiki, or Kyoto, lacquerware. This ancient art form involves applying dozens of layers of lacquer, derived from the sap of the urushi tree, onto wooden objects. Each layer must be painstakingly applied and then cured in a warm, humid environment before being polished to a flawless finish. The process can take months, even years, to complete, but the result is breathtaking. Bowls, boxers, and trays with a depth of color that seems almost liquid. Often, they're decorated with maki, a technique where gold or silver powder is sprinkled onto the wet lacquer to create exquisite designs. Kyoshiki was favored by the imperial court and the aristocracy for its elegance and durability. It is a craft that embodies the Japanese aesthetic of wabi-sabi, finding beauty in imperfection and valuing the transient nature of things. The artisans who practice it are guardians of a tradition that connects them directly to the Heian period. And you can't talk about Kyoto's craft without mentioning kiyoyaki, or kiyomizu-yaki, pottery originating near the famous Kiyomizu-dera temple. This pottery is known for its incredible diversity and artistic flair. Unlike other pottery regions in Japan that have a single, signature style, Kyoto potters have always been innovators, embracing a wide range of techniques and designs. You'll find everything from delicate, hand-painted porcelain teacups adorned with intricate floral motifs to rustic, earthy stoneware that feels raw and powerful. The potters here are true artists, each with their own unique voice. They don't just make vessels. They create functional sculptures that elevate the everyday act of eating or drinking into a moment of beauty. The clay itself seems to absorb the spirit of the city, and holding a piece of Kyoyaki feels like holding a piece of Kyoto in your hands. Of course, the art of Kyoto extends beyond workshops into the very landscape of the city. Kyoto's gardens are world-renowned, and for good reason. They are not just collections of plants. They are meticulously designed, spiritual landscapes. Think of the raked gravel of a Karazhan-Sea, or dry landscape garden, like the one at Rio. The rocks and sand aren't just rocks and sand. They represent islands in a vast ocean, encouraging contemplation and a state of zen. Then there are the stroll gardens, like the one at the Golden Pavilion, Kinkakuji, where every step reveals a new, perfectly framed view. These gardens are designed to change with the seasons, offering a different kind of beauty in the vibrant green of summer, the fiery maples of autumn, or the quiet blanket of winter snow. They are a masterclass in balance, harmony, and the profound connection between humanity and nature. And at the heart of so many of these arts lies the Japanese tea ceremony, or chan. This is far more than just drinking tea. It is a highly ritualized and choreographed art form that embodies the principles of harmony, respect, purity, and tranquility. Every element is carefully chosen and has deep meaning. The pottery tea bowl, the bamboo whisk, the lacquer tea caddy, the scroll hanging in the alcove, and even the simple sweets served. The host's graceful, deliberate movements are a form of moving meditation. Participating in a tea ceremony is an immersive experience that slows you down and focuses your attention on the present moment. It's a quiet rebellion against the frantic pace of modern life, a tradition that teaches the importance of mindfulness and appreciating the simple, fleeting moments of beauty. It's the spiritual glue that binds so many of Kyoto's crafts together. So how did all these ancestral arts survive and thrive for centuries, especially through Japan's rapid modernization in the 19th and 20th centuries? The answer lies in a deep-seated cultural reverence for heritage and craftsmanship. In Kyoto, being an artisan or shokunin is a highly respected role. It's often a family legacy, with skills and secrets passed down from one generation to the next. This isn't just a job. It's a lifelong pursuit of perfection, a spiritual devotion to one's craft. During the Meiji Restoration, when Japan opened to the West, there was a risk these traditions could be lost. But Kyoto's artisans adapted. They began creating pieces for international exhibitions, showcasing the unparalleled quality of Japanese craftsmanship to the world. They found new markets and new patrons, ensuring their skills remained relevant. Moreover, the city itself has a unique system of preservation. There's a strong sense of community among the artisans. They support each other, share knowledge, and work together to protect their collective heritage. Organizations were formed to safeguard these traditions, and the government has designated many of these artisans as living national treasures, recognizing their invaluable contribution to Japan's cultural identity. They are not just preserving the past, they are ensuring it has a future. They are mentors, teachers, and innovators, constantly finding new ways to express ancient aesthetics in a contemporary world. So, when you walk through the streets of Jian, or visit a quiet temple garden, or watch a weaver at their loom, you're witnessing the soul of Kyoto. It's a city where the past is not a memory, but a living, breathing presence. The dedication of these artisans, their unwavering commitment to excellence, is what has kept Kyoto's cultural heart beating for over a millennium. It's a powerful reminder that in our fast-paced world, there is profound value in things that are made slowly, with intention, and with love. Thanks so much for watching. If you found this journey through Kyoto's history as fascinating as I did, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next adventure. See you next time.